Plexers. Hopefully this will be a short and sweet video to help Aniel get over a problem. He's a Facebook friend of mine that I met through the Facebook groups. So what I want to talk about is shared folders and how you can set things up with automatic acquisition systems so that they'll work more efficiently. Now, I made a conscious decision not to do videos on the R's on my YouTube channel because I don't want to risk copyright strikes. So I'm just going to talk about things generally, whether you're moving files around your network shares manually or through an automated system. So this is a DSM 1520 Synology NAS, and I just wanted to show you through File Station. I have a few shared folders. I created a shared backup-manual folder to back up my computers manually. I have the channel's DVR Docker container running, and this is the folder that was needed for that. Of course, Docker containers need a folder. Plex in a Docker container is inside the Docker folder, but I need a folder for my media. So this folder could have been called Media. It could have been called Plex. This Plex Media Server is an old folder when I tried Plex as a package on this NAS before switching to Plex in a container. And then I have a folder called Storage. So let's get rid of this and just go to my computer's file manager. I'm running Elementary OS. It's a derivative of Ubuntu. So right now, I'm in my shared storage folder or share. Here's my main Plex share, and how I've arranged things is I have sort folders for different libraries. If you're going to have 4 or 5 movie libraries, put them under a sort folder. Same with music, photo. I've got a pre-roll folder, and I have this folder which some automated downloads go into, and I have a TV library folder and a video library folder. So if I enter the TV library sort folder, you'll see I have this library folder and this one. This is just shows I have to process yet to see if I want to keep them for my Plex server. They were recorded over the air from channels DVR. So we're going to do a little experiment before we talk about how a certain guide recommends setting things up for the R's. So here's my Plex folder, and if I go into my movie sort library and then I go into the 4K media library, here's where all my folders live for my 4K media. Well, because this is a different share, I'm going to pretend this is an automatic acquisition download folder, and I'm going to just rename this as test from storage. Oh, and before we get too far, if you're using Docker with Plex, Docker runs on Linux, and you want to be careful to avoid cases and spaces, as they say, capitalized words or spaces. So you'll see everything I have is all lowercase and there's no spaces in it. So my Plex folder is lowercase Plex. Then all my sort folders are all lowercase with no spaces. And when I get into an actual library sort folder, it's the same with my libraries. That's going to work best for Plex and the accessory programs. This doesn't matter, nor does having your actual media. Your media can be named normally as Plex expects it. So in case you're wondering and you've gotten this far with Docker and you're having trouble, it may be due to not having everything lowercase without spaces. Alright, so let's get back to our test here. We're going to try not to get lost. I'm going to go into my movie sort folder and into the 4K. Well, I don't have to actually be in it. Now this is a different network share, so I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to choose cut. And now I'm going to right click and choose paste into folder, And you see we're going to have an extremely long wait on our hands. Now, with your normal operating system on your computer with one hard drive and one volume, a move is instantaneous because your operating system erases the location markers for the file and just writes a new location marker. The file actually doesn't get moved. That's true with a NAS too if you're within your same network share. But because I'm in a different network share, look at how long this is taking. And imagine if you had 10 episodes of a TV show to move from one network share to the other, how slow that process would be. So we have a minute left, and I don't know what else to talk about while I wait. But this is not recommended. So let me go over to Plex again, and you'll see along with my library sort folders, I have this folder. That's a download folder for a certain program. And you'll see my actual acquisitions are in the complete folder. Well, I've created another folder to serve as that, and I'm going to rename this file from same share, rename that folder, so to speak. And while this is still working with 36 seconds left, I'm going to cut this, and I'll go back up and right click on my 4K and paste into folder, and it's gone. It just moved over. It's not there anymore. So you'll see from the same share was instantaneous, and we've been waiting minutes for the one from the different share to copy over, even though the copy's really a move. So wherever your media file is, you should not have things spread out across and in parallel. They should be stacked. So I have my Plex share, and then I put library sort folders in there, and then in each sort folder there's different folders that can be used to temporarily store media or for your actual media libraries, and you can tell which is which by how I name them. Music space dash space private collection isn't a library because there's spaces and cases in it. These two are, and I don't know what I have in the hold one. And the same with the TV as I showed you. So that's really a way to speed up simply by organizing things properly. And if you go to this guide, which a lot of people follow, this basically talks about it here. So I don't want to include a link, but I'll leave this on the screen for a little bit. The last sentence says, mainly losing the ability to hard link or instant move, resulting in a slower and more I/O intensive copy plus delete is used, which is what I just demonstrated. So how you set up your folder paths is important. My old NAS, which I'm still sharing with friends and family because I haven't moved them to the new one yet, it was a hodgepodge. I had a Plex folder, and then I had all kinds of library folders in that, and there was just no real structure. This, I've got some structure. You drill down one step at a time to where you want to go, and then the different libraries are on the same level, like branches on a tree. You've got your parent branch, you've got your child branch, you've got your grandchild branch, you've got your great-grandchild branch. So if Plex is the parent, TV sort would be the child. Each of these library folders would be the grandchild, and then you have your actual media files. So hopefully this made sense, and it's probably longer than I wanted to be. But again, this is a sensitive subject to talk about because I don't want copyright strikes. Thanks for watching.